It's been a hot while since I've streamed. What is it, like a week and a half now? All right. Oh, look at that big boss 5. That's beautiful, dude. My life was so incomplete without you. Yeah, I kind of missed streaming. It's kind of like, it's very weird taking a break from this. All right, guys. So I'm gonna be a little bit rusty. I mean, what's changed really? No, seriously, what actually has changed? Show Omar, it's low as shit, 75. I'm basically 1/8 gay.
I had to watch Gara while you were gone. Never leave us again, smile.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. What's going on here? We can tell. I mean, honestly, I made that too fucking easy for you. Like, you lock an enchantress pair. I don't know, how edgy is druids are bad? Who was it that was saying druids are bad? Fibonacci? I think Fibonacci was saying he didn't like druids. Wait, what the hell? Oh shit! Oh, I can't open fort on round 1. I have to do the setting. Fuck. Wait a second. Where do you turn this off? There we go. Dude, what the fuck? Vip Boost are still the best out of these, right? It's probably about as good as Claymore.
Am I too cheerful? Maybe.
It's the best thing here, Ogre Magi. I guess the best thing in here was Axe, and I was supposed to have it in round 1. Yeah, I was supposed to have Axe in round 1. Druids are still good early. Yeah, I like Druids. I like Savages right now, honestly. Not playing the We Play signature Brownies. I mean, they were pretty good. They weren't like super duper hyper outstanding. I mean, they were okay. So it begins. I mean, there's basically 2 ways to play this. It's like Druid Beast stuff or Primordial stuff. I think Druid Beast stuff is like a pretty significantly better start for Summoning Stone. It's notably better, I would say. This is fine. It's still like the same old game. I mean, what's different? It's like the meta, what's good is a little bit different. And your level timings are different, but it's really just like 6 on 13, right? That's like the standard. It's still basically the same game, right? I'm trying to think of like what actually has changed. It's like what's good is a little different, but that's every single patch is gonna always change what's good. And like fundamentally scouting is more important. It's probably better to not be on the same pieces as other people compared to before. Bloodbound is good now. Yeah. Chainmail's pretty sweet right now, right? I don't think I'm gonna want anything else. I could go for like a Chaos Knight instead of like Batrider or Axe. Wouldn't have been bad. You can just Meg Tank Punch, right? Punch?
Let's do this.
Do you play TFT from time to time? No. It's kind of hard for me to play like multiple games at once. Oh yeah, there's this new like single board thing. Dude, I love this. This is so great. Good old Underlords. Need a 2-star. In this patch, do you think it's better to think of a comp and then collect the unit along the way, or make the comp from what unit shows up? That's a weirdly phrased question. Mostly you spend like the first 10 or 15 rounds making the comp from what units show up, and then after that, you kind of like want to build around what you're planning, basically.
Give me someone to shoot.
How good is Venomancer here? Is it better than Undead? It's really hard resisting the urge
This
to
is our
level up.
chance to fight back.
So I still have this free reroll, right? How does it work? You can... I think... Wasn't it... It was supposed to say on the patch notes. I thought it did say that it only lasted for like 1 round. But you can still... You can still use this? It doesn't disappear after a round? Is that just a bug? If you lose, you don't get another? Unless I roll now, right?
We won't make
Did I
the
do that
same
too late?
mistake twice.
Okay, that's interesting. It didn't really actually do anything here. Each glitch just carried over. Okay, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. We could have picked up like anti-mage or something. It would have been worth it to go for anti-mage there. There were a few options. Most important thing is just like getting a level 2 online though. I think Summoning Stone... It feels kind of hard to escape like some Druid opener with Summoning Stone, honestly. Just want to play for bench more aggressively. So I can take this other reroll. I did get it there in time. Man, this actually changes so much how you play like the early game. It's so weird. Dude, nobody's level 5 right now. Is it really that bad to go to level 5? I'm kind of wondering if people aren't overreacting with like the new level timings. I feel so behind. Like everyone's played this patch for like a week. That's fine, I'll catch up. We'll get your Discord at some point. It's rough, but it's what I want for higher levels. Okay. Yeah, dude, early game changes so much with all these changes. Let's do this. We're on the lose streak. Yeah, the value of rerolls is pretty good if we're already committing to what we're going. Rerolls are worth a lot more if you're committing to something, and less if you don't know what you want. It's probably true, right?
There's still time to turn this around.
God, that's so hard to get used to. Jesus. I really like it though. It makes the early game a lot more skill intensive. You looked good in the show. I am gonna try shaving more often. I don't know, man. I can't be bothered to take a shaver with me when I travel. It's too bad to go for Juggernaut here. And I'm still on a loose streak, so I'm still incentivized to just chill. This looks good, right? Tusk is probably the ideal third warrior here. It's like Juggernaut completes Brawny, but I don't really care since I'm not going to be on warrior for long.
Gay.
And here I thought you ditched us tonight. Welcome back.
And I take the reroll here. So I have to take this reroll before the other one. Okay, okay. I'm getting the hang of this. I get it. We're good. Does Panda make you 8/8 gay? Yeah, Panda and I have a connection that few people understand. Honestly, we just get each other.
I like the way you think.
I'm still loose streaking too. I want to hit this interest point. I don't think I can, though. I think the Drow's... I don't think it's possible for me to hit this interest point. I think I simply can't. This is fine, though. Like, now we have the second piece in the level 3 Eng, so we're just gonna start winning fights. So I can keep this... I can just keep this until next time I lose, right? Wow, they have to fix that. I mean, it's not like a huge game-breaking, hyper-powerful bug, but it does feel weird. This is good, though. I mean, I have to have the level 2 in, right? Right? Probably. I probably have to have this level 2 in. This looks fine. And we still have the free reroll. I guess I can save this forever. Yeah, this looks good. I'm getting this. This is actually a good feeling of playing this game. So I haven't mentioned this. This is literally the first game I've played on this patch. I didn't have like a computer or anything, and I don't like the feeling of playing on like a fucking phone when I'm traveling. Dude, playing this game on a phone feels so wrong. It actually really does. I think I don't really value Luna enough here, right? Like, I wouldn't complete this even if I could, I think. I'll move the Undying. This kind of pops off a little bit. I don't know if it's... Is it good enough here, though? A scout more? No, I scouted enough early. What am I even looking for if I'm scouting here? God, what do I do? Wait a second. This is all wrong. I can level up. I think it feels like leveling up. It feels like it's too early to be leveling here, right? So you don't want to use this reroll until you're about to lose or until you hit 50 gold, right? Because reroll just means it's gonna potentially hurt my interest points. So this, I should just bank on this, basically. Which is a bad habit I'm developing, because this mechanic will not be in the game for a couple, you know, I mean, after a few days. Have you realized how busted Big Time Contract is yet? Do you know who you're talking to, bro? Bro, man, come on, dude. Dude, I'm like the #1 Bloodbound proponent. Nobody loves Bloodbound the way I do. And here's another missed interest point. So this is where I sell my axe, right? I think I just get out of axe coin. And go to 4 savages. This looks good. Right? Something like this. Because I need to hit this interest point. This is good, though. This is not the kind of game where I need to be scouting. Well, okay, so specifically, I scouted pretty aggressively early. Like, in the first 4 rounds, nobody was on, like, this kind of path. So I decided, like, exactly what I wanted to do quite early. And it means we didn't really have to do anything crazy here. So Shadow Fiend is still just, like, Shadow Fiend, right? Have people stopped building Shadow Fiend at all? Or slowed down? Do you think they're taking the free reroll back out soon? Oh no, not a chance. It's here to stay. I personally love it. I think it's pretty fantastic. So we can pre-level here. I don't think I want to. I want to have higher odds at 1 costs, I think. So I'll level at 13 after the natural level up. And this level is kind of nice. It allows me to put my level 2 Furion in, right? I think this is just worth it. So now we've got the 4 beasts we want. And I could even see myself going like 4 druids here, just because of how things shaped out. I think I still need my entire bench. It's like, so Shadow Fiend... yeah, I need my entire bench. I'm just stuck here. Vit booster should be on someone in the front line though. Yeah, this looks good. And I think Helmony and Dying is probably better on Lycan, and Vit booster is probably better on Lone Druid, so I should swap those. Because Helmony and Dying is like better for keeping him alive longer, basically. Whereas I don't really care if Lone Druid is kept alive longer. Just free roll. Did I lose a fight? Alright, this looks good. I'm super happy with how this game is going. There's some universe where I would have gone like 3 hunters with like Lycan, Drow, plus Sniper, or some random, or plus Windrunner. Could have even been an elusive splash. I don't think this particular game lends itself to 3 hunters. Here's the Tusk 2 right on time. This is ideal. Yeah, I mean, I'm just jamming. Yeah, I haven't lost. So this is where I think on 16 I might take an aggressive level to try to protect my win streak if I'm still winning then. But this looks good. Like, you hit a really, really big power spike on 4 Savage. I really like new Savage, by the way. I've been thinking about it this lots all week. Like, when the change happened, I felt like they got a bit weaker. But the more I see it played, like, it did extremely well in WePlay after the change. It's just kind of insane. Dude, can I root? We're good. That was a little closer than it could have been. We're good. Yeah, I just don't need anything else. Because I'm kind of already... I think I'm on a very committed build. Any words you would like to share us about Aegis after watching the tournament? Well, I mean, I've said it was overrated, right? It can't be overrated if it's not popular. I think that it got a bit better after the patch, I think. And it's also a bit better in a tournament environment. But I definitely wouldn't pick it that much. And it's not like I'm the only Lord player that thinks that. Definitely most Lord players prefer Aegis. But there's like... I've talked to like 4 or 5 Lord players that think it's very overrated. Okay, this looks good. Kunkka's kind of cute. I mean, a 3rd warrior really helps this build a lot. I might pre-level here. Yeah, 4 staff easily, right? I think it's not even close. Could be big time contracts. I'm kind of finding myself really liking 4 staff though. So I think this can allow the Kunkka to go in and then I can just sell the Lycan. Being a Summoning Stone and selling Lycan sounds like a no-no actually. Sell the Drows like a normal human being. The one thing about 4 staff is I don't know if it fits this exact playstyle. That could have been wrong. It's not a bad spot to pick Aegis, for sure. For staff being able to activate twice a fight is kind of nice. In an extended fight, my board literally can't lose, so we're good. That's why I like Kunkka here. Welcome back, Sim. In the 2 weeks that I stopped watching your stream, I managed to climb to B5. Oh, grats, dude. Okay, so basically, let me explain to you my build here. So as I mentioned, again, this is the first game I've played on this update. I think it's a pretty straightforward update though, right? It's like I've kept this free roll over here on the side. I've leveled aggressively to protect my streaks. I've like been very, very slow to level before that though, which is I think kind of how you have to play it now. In theory, I could sell a Kunkka if I wanted to this interest point. I think I'm happy missing this interest point though. This interest point specifically. I don't think there's anything I'm really looking for here. Free reroll could actually give me a Lycan. I don't think this changes anything. If free reroll gives me a Lycan, it could have maybe helped me protect this streak. So I think it was worth burning there, because I'm not getting better odds anywhere else. And it doesn't hurt an interest point. Whereas if I take the free reroll early, it could hurt my interest point. I also think I think Helm of whatever McCall it is probably bad on Kunkka. It's like funny in theory, but Vip Booster has to be mathematically better on him. Yeah, it's really dumb to have Helm undying on Kunkka actually. And Treant is the 4th druid if I want that. Which I could. I guess like, I mean completing the cycle doesn't exist anymore. And I have to have 6 savages, right? That's the whole point. So I'm not gonna have 4 druids for a while. I think I might never actually have 4 druids, right? Let's go ahead and swap these like a normal human being. This looks pretty good. Okay, so let me break this down. Yo, Tribes3, what's up, man? Welcome to the 180K Club. So, the breakdown. So, first of all, there's so much going on here that I haven't had time to explain because I'm talking a bit at the same time. Helm the Undying on Kunkka is like very funny in theory because he has a spell that wants to get off, but in reality, with the Vip Booster, with the armor he has inherently, and with the Warrior buff, he's always going to be able to get a spell off if he has at least the Vip Booster, as we can see here, it's happening. He's got high base armor plus the Warrior armor, so he's just a mathematically superior choice for Vip Booster. It'll keep like my front line as healthy for as long as possible. And our streak finally breaks here, but you know, we're on like the final step of our streak, so I don't even really mind. Whereas Helm is going to be better on a hero that actually offers like DPS on the front line and actually needs the armor it provides more, which would be a 2-star hero. Makes literal nonsense to try putting it on Kunkka. Here the 4 Savage and the 6 Savage are a really massive power spike. It's really important to understand how this scales. Oh yeah, we got the free reroll too. God, that's so good. I think I can just kick this Treant out. I think I'll never be on 4 druids. I think that literally just won't happen. Yeah, that can't happen. So when we look at Savage scales, this is gonna be kind of obvious for some people. Yo, Haggle, what's up, man? Welcome to the 180K Club. So with 2 Savage, you have 5-second bleed for 3 each attack. With 4, you have 4 Savages doing a 10-second bleed, or a 10 damage bleed. So it looks. If you're just looking at the number, it looks like it doubles. It doesn't double, it quadruples. Because when you have 2 Savages, it's doing a total of 10, because it's 5 by 2. And when you have 4, it's doing a total of 40, because it's 10 by 4, right? This is why, like, the Warrior one scales from 10 to 15. Because it's applying to all of them, so it kind of needs to, right? If it wants to, like, maintain being fair. Whereas this one's very good. So the fact that it quadruples up from 2 to 4 is literally completely insane. It makes 2 Savage very bad, and it makes 4 Savage a huge power spike. This is actually quite disastrous. We have Pudge. Oh, but Lone Druid has 4 staff. We have to take out 4 staff in case we like lose or something. I think I want to do this. This looks good. I can go to 8 here. I think that's totally fine. So Pudge kind of needs to go on Tomato because he'll hook Potato. Pudge is always weird to play.
I'm basically 1/8 gay.
What the
OMG,
hell?
I'm nearly gay how my missus doesn't mind.
What the fuck was that hook? Towards his farthest enemy? Hello? Pudge? What was that hook? I've never... Is there like some problem with his AI or something? I've never seen that before. I've never seen him like just have a Pepega hook for no reason. I guess that's just something that happens that I haven't noticed. So I need 6 Savage, and yeah, we're never gonna be in Trance ever. I guess I can just take out my Nature's Prophet. So the question is how good is 6 Savage? And the answer is, it's not as necessary as 4, but it's still quite good, especially for early game spots. Potato was in the air by Tuskull, so it probably messed up the AI and made it unhookable. I guess. I mean, that's kind of the only explanation, right? Let's fight. Lol, ignoring free reroll that is quote-unquote so good. Yeah, you want to ignore it here because we're basically waiting until 50. But it's very good. You typically want to use them earlier, but in this situation, there's just kind of no pressure to do that. Dude, that is actually so delicious, though. Huh. I guess I can get rid of Kunkka. Feels kind of off. But I think the 6 Savage is too important to have right now. I don't know, I think
I'm
Kunkka's
basically
really doing a lot there,
1/8
though.
gay.
The best Dota out of chess gaming warlord swim pog.
Yeah, it seems really wrong to get rid of Kunkka. That's a tricky one. I can sell the Nature's Prophet. I could sell something on my bench and then just bench the Nature's Prophet. I could have just sold like a Tusk or something random on my bench. This bleed is so good, dude. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. That's so good. Beasts are not an endgame comp, are they? Yeah, why not? I mean, they kind of like fall off at the end, but I mean, I don't mind getting like second or whatever. This feels better. I mean, I'm basically just like looking for big upgrades before I do anything crazy. Yeah, we can, I mean, we can red beast for a while. I don't know, it's possible I could have stayed at 4 beasts instead of going to 6 in this case. 6 could be a little ambitious. I don't know. I mean, I think the game is basically very similar. The biggest difference is like level timings are all weird. You level late to 13. And you level kind of late to 9 compared to how it was a long time ago, but it's early to 9 compared to how it was last patch. Where like last patch, there were a lot of spots where you literally just like wouldn't level at all. Which made no sense. Timing was a bit off there, so we should have a Tusk, obviously. I think we want to upgrade a couple more things before leveling up, right? It feels like we do want to. Our roll value is good because nobody else is on our board. Yeah, this looks fine. Okay. I think at the end of the day, the most important thing to understand in this game that nobody is talking about is the idea of roll value. Basically. So what does roll value mean? It's fairly simple, but kind of fairly unintuitive. It's sort of not the kind of way you would immediately think about how the game works, but if you can actually understand what roll value represents, I think the game will suddenly make a lot more sense to you. So let me give me a second to break this down. Because even if you think you know what it is, I mean, even if you know what it is, there's a bit more going on there, you know? This Necker is pretty important, even at level 1. That's good Necker value. I could go to 9 here. Necker is so important on this board, dude. But I kind of don't need the Pudge anymore, right? But this Pudge is going to 3-star for some reason, so I kind of do still need the Pudge. I don't know, Pudge is... So Pudge Necro. I'm going to interrupt myself talking about roll value and just go off on a tangent, like I always do. Yeah, it's classic swim stream. So Pudge Necro, in theory, it looks good with 6 beasts, right? Because it's like, well, one of them is like undead and tanky. Bracers? I mean, this is the easiest bracers of my career, right? It's like, duh. Like, how do I not run bracers here? Okay, Pudge Necro. Basically the idea. Okay, let's talk about what savages need. Okay. So savages have a lot of DPS as a function of time. Savage is kind of very powerful. I talk a lot about offense and defense and balancing them out. Okay. So Savage does something that's very unique, but very powerful, which is it gives you damage per section. Damage per section. It gives you damage per second.
If you're not getting the 3 warriors or 2 heartless, doesn't it make more sense to take out the Pudge for a tree and get the Ford ruins?
Yeah, calm down, calm down. Shh, we're getting there. Don't get ahead of yourself. But yes, it does. So, what Savage does is it gives you DPS that scales with time, right? So this means that basically I want to really, really slow the pace of the fight down. Because even with normal DPS, even with something like Heartless or something like Assassins, that just gives me damage. Any alliance that gives me damage makes me want to slow the fight down. Because I want to be accelerating my strategy with one alliance while I decelerate my opponent's strategy with another, right? That's kind of how like boards in this game even work, right? I think I'm gonna roll down a little aggressively here. I think I made a mistake. That's okay. Yeah, sure. I could have done something weird there. Nah, no reason. So basically, it's like doubly rewarding, right? Like, not only is this DPS that makes me want to play defensive and slow the fight down, but it's also the amount of DPS it does scales with how slow the fight is, because it's damage per second over time, which means it's even more important to slow the fight down. That's why Kunkka, when I put Kunkka in, and I ended up taking him out because I needed to go to 4 Savage, but Kunkka was so important because it gives me 3 warriors, slowing the fight down with armor, and it gives me Ghost Ship, slowing the fight down with boat. That is very, very good for what my board needs, right? So Savages need the fight to be as slow as possible, and then they just win, right? Savage, the damage over time from Savage is pure damage. I have my free reroll here, that's nice. I guess I level on, do I level on 29? I might be econing a little too much here. I could econ a bit less. Venom has good enough attack speed for Basher, right? So basically, if we look at what Heartless does for Savage, Heartless does literally nothing that Savage wants. It gives them extra physical damage, which they don't want because they deal pure damage, and it gives them an accelerant to the strategy, which they don't want. They have enough accelerant. They want to slow down the opponent's strategy. That's their entire thing. So Heartless is basically useless for them. But on the other hand, what Pudge and Necrophos actually provide is slowing down the fight. Like outside of the tag, like Pudge is a very tanky frontliner, and Necrophos is like an overtime heal Warlock. Warlock providing more overtime heals itself, right? I think this Enchantress is not coming to fruition here. I'm probably supposed to level here. This is fine though. Furion was a trap. Furion easily might have been a trap. For sure. It's just like a 3-star that works with Summoning Stone, but it's providing no alliances here, which is kind of chunky. Like, you really want it to do more than that. It does kind of work with my game plan at least a bit. Good. So the question is Pudge Necro worth it in this game plan? It's interesting. Heartless is almost useless for what this wants to do, but Warlock is useful, and the two slow things down together Pudge is just like, I mean, if I'm going to complete Heartless with something, it might as well be Pudge. I think in retrospect, Pudge was probably not the hero to go for, but in this game, since I got it to level 3, I think it's fine. I think Pudge is like an old school mentality for Savage, because Savage didn't used to have like the built-in bleed, and also Savage used to have Lycan on the warrior slot, so you would go 3 warriors by default. You can go warrior version Savage, but even if you do that, I don't know if you would want Pudge. You might just want to like pair Scales or something. Isn't Helm better on Lycan? I think Helm is probably a bit better on Lycan. It depends. The VIP booster on Lycan is kind of like cute with his like percentage health thing. I think probably, yeah, sure. We can swap that. Okay, what was I talking about before? I interrupted myself. Something about roll value. What's an easy way to explain roll value? I think I'd go to 9 here. But I want to roll down for like Tusks first, right?
You're going to be glad you picked. We won't lose.
Once I find the Tusk, I'll go to 9. It's an easy pipe, yeah. That shouldn't be hard. Something like that, and then we just kind of have our last stand here. This looks good. It's a level 1 Necro, which isn't like my favorite thing ever. And we can roll down the rest of the way. We're on like 3 outs right now. Well, Necro's not an out, so there's one of them. I can chill here. We gain this gold, put pipe on someone and chill. This looks solid. Pipe giving magic resist is probably going to be best on like Enchantress right now. I just want to make sure my important stuff doesn't get blown up. This looks good though. Something roughly like this. This positioning isn't perfect. It's good enough for what I want here though. And my Pudge is taking a lot of fire, which is ideal. I should definitely move into the side here for sure. But I've just got like the best like slowdown, you know. Pipe is not only a good item, it fits my game plan really well. Again, like as long as the fight is slow enough, I'll just kind of eventually win, right? The Assassinate should have me here. Root. Oh! We're good. See, slow fight, easy win. Not even close. It's fucking easy. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and move into the side here. That's cute. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. So how are we even improving this, huh? This looks good. Only Necro? No, I think level 10. I mean, at 36 we can go to 10. That's fine. I don't really mind the idea of these Savages. I think they'll just like kind of last long enough. It's true they kind of fall off a bit at the end, but I think partially that's if you build them wrong, or if you don't get enough 3 stars. It's like, if I can get 3 stars, I can get momentum into the late game, and I'm the only person on Savages right now, which means my 3 stars are just very accessible. As we can see on 31, I have what? Is this? 5. That's disgusting. I have 5 3 stars. An interesting meta. Okay. Yeah, we'll just re-econ back up. Go ahead and check out this board. Anti-mage coming onto the side. The sacrificial warlock. Who's got the big bad boy? Ah, the bounty hunter, huh? We're just gonna go ahead and respect top board. We got the assassin catch a Furion. I like Furion for catching assassins. Necro is like close to center for Death Pulse. This is as centralized he can get while still being safe. I have the assassin catch a Furion so that nobody goes on the Necro, which is important because he can actually get blown up. Whereas my entire backline is really tanky. Skull Basher's on Venomancer, who has pretty high attack speed for, you know, a banana. There's not really a beast that has really high attack speed, right? I guess Lycan has higher attack speed, but I don't really want Basher to be on a frontliner. I could totally put crit on Lycan, I guess. I think I'd rather have the Helm on him. Yeah, I think him surviving longer. Well, but he's already so chonky. He tanks so hard. I think it's actually probably better to have Skull Basher on Lycan. Because he does attack faster and he does crit harder. Braces should just be on... Or not braces. Force Staff on this guy's Ogre in this case. Force Staff feels kind of bad if I'm not in back. I can keep it like this. Savage has been treating me well. Personally, even tank units tend to melt once those stacks get up. Yeah, I think Savage is one of the stronger strategies in the game right now. I think it's tier 1. Honestly, I do. It can... I think it's just good. It's possible 4 might be better than 6. That's the one thing. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about 6 Savages. But it's good enough. I mean, it gets there. And also, like I said, Pudge shouldn't be on this board. It should be something else. It should be something else. Pudge is... He's okay. It's not terrible, but it's not like what I would want.
Basically 1/8 gay.
So we need to... What? At 37, we can go ahead and pump like, what, 40 golds? And then put in 1 Alliance carrier? What do we even complete here? I don't even know. 4 druids? 3 warrior, right? That's the thing to complete, I guess. Kanka? Back in? Kanka back in makes some sense, right? Troll. There's some ideal world where we run troll. I don't think there's any like crazy counter to any of these like individual strategies. It's like if we can force staff this anti-mage away, that's really funny. Ooh, second pipe. How does this shield stack? I actually don't know. Pipe is so much better than Battle Fury. At 45. I can actually just level here, right? Whatever. Whee! Something vaguely like this. It shouldn't really matter. We look good. Battle Fury Lycan is cute in theory. This blue, so this dark blue bar is Battle Fury damage. Let's see how this does. Yeah. It always just ends up looking like a fucking pencil eraser. Battle Fury looks so, it's so good. In theory. And then it just ends up being complete dog shit. Oh well. Start building Enchantress level 3. Yeah, it's never too late to go back to college. Okay, we're heads up, so we can do something cheeky here, I guess. I don't know. There's only like 2 cheeky things we can do. I mean, my board is already good against his. His is the one that needs to swap. It's just this is the one thing we do. Bye-bye, Terrorblade. Wait, is my Sankin gonna jump? Whoops. Dude, look at this! He's taking the scenic route! Like, that's so good! Dude, fucking Force Staff is so good, dude. I can't believe people dog on this item. This item is actually straight bunkers. Like, imagine if this Terrorblade didn't take... Okay, we fucking lost. Dude, fucking... God damn it. Are we actually gonna fucking lose this game? Dude, I'm gonna be so mad. Holy shit.
I'm basically 1/8 gay.
I dreamed you curly all day when you were gone. Where were you, Papa?
I had a casting thing. I had to go to the Ukraine. He's not moving. I don't know, man. Honestly. Yeah, there's the Sand King moving. Yeah, I cannot have my Sand King be my 4-staff carrier. That's a no-go. Looks like we're going to lose this one, too. I guess the one thing is my Sand King couldn't charge Burrow Strike very fast. Also, we did let his Terrorblade survive the entire fight by targeting it last, which is also kind of a no-no. There's a couple things to do here. If I can survive one round, gives me time to push some stuff around. This looks a bit better. He still has, like, everything is, like, coming in on the Pudge. Or too many things are coming out on the Pudge. Like, anti-mage on Pudge is pretty great for me. I think the thing is, like, I need to get off... Oh, this bear just spawned behind. That's super weird. I need to actually kill the Terrorblade early. Rooting it with, like, a Lone Druid Bear is a good idea. The positioning was better before. I kind of messed up. I kind of gamed myself. 4-staff on Sand King is just a dumb idea. So basically how it works... So how positioning works is... It flips a coin to see who acts first, right? So if you think about that, like, if you imagine Sand King here with 4-staff, like it was before, there's a 50-50 chance my Sand King will act first and it'll burrow, and a 50 chance his Terrorblade acts first and it pushes itself. So it's basically how that works. Okay. I don't think there's anything super fancy to do here, though. The Bounty Hunter is kind of important to kill because of big time contract. Reposition Terrorblade? Yeah. 4-staff is Warlock, so BB goes off later. Yeah, I thought about that. Unfortunately, 4-staff only works on melee units, which is actually very fortunate, but, I mean, in this singular case, it's unfortunate. So we're looking for, you know, 2 outs. Troll and Necro. Finding a troll would be pretty dope. I think I'd probably just win the game. I guess it's still kind of like bugged because it shows my shop when I go to his board, which shouldn't be happening right now. This seems kind of ideal. Let's put 4-staff on nothing so he thinks he's safe. I have no rolls here. But I should be 4-staffing the Bounty Hunter. It only makes sense. He's looking for like Clockwork or Tinker. I guess I can roll to like lock one of those up. So we just want to push this Bounty Hunter away. Send him right over there where this Terrorblade spawns. Oh, that was weird. Wait, why did he blink over there? Wait, what? Oh, that's bizarre. So, Terrorblade is getting CC'd here. Looks like we're good. Is Poacher's Knife as top tier as I think it is? The reliable crit is actually insane in some comps. No. It's okay. So we take an easy first here. I think this game actually got a lot easier in the last couple of weeks. So by the way, I didn't like...
I'm basically 180.
I haven't really been around. Connected to the Underlords network. Logging in. I'm gonna actually start like tryharding this game again. Oh, that's kind of funny. So that's our first game back. I think the rank system is kind of wonky right now, as we all know. It's like it rewards people that kind of play a lot as opposed to people that consistently do good. I think they'll probably change that hopefully this Thursday. And when they do, I plan on like grinding. I want to like, I've kind of like been dicking around. Since I like hit Lord the first time, I mostly was just like trying experimental builds and stuff for like It only lasted like a week because then I had to like go off to Kiev to cast the thing. But I want to get back into like tryharding, going like top 50, top 20 ladder, that kind of range.